Hello, welcome back to Nadya's Identity Files. Now I have Jordana and Rachel with me, yay, and we have some extra time on the clock. Like I see our tech producer Marvin over here is adding time. I feel like I've been won the lottery or something because that means more time to talk with you beautiful, talented, smart ladies. So this episode, obviously we're focusing on tech and social media and identity and impact, and we talked a lot already about each of your important work and your history and so on and so forth, but I would like to also dig into your individual identities. And I love doing this little exercise. People think I'm the the weirdest weirdo. Is that could cancel each other out, weirdest weirdo? Oh, Torvin, okay. See, this is literally my mind, how it's working these days. I become so ADHD. It's terrible. So I'm going to have you guys pin down your identity in 5 words. They do not have to be cohesive. It's just a really fun, I often will do this with my marketing clients. So instead of doing branding strategy, I like to look at our brand as a narrative identity. Yeah. So looking at replacing the word brand with identity and looking at it from the context of story. So if you had to pin down...
Could you go first, just because I have to think? My mind just
I'll go first?
out.
Oh my gosh. I always just say... And, we have a lot of these. There's no way that we could only have one, right?
Yeah.
But I usually say Nadya is an identity aficionado because I feel like it opens up the conversation and people are like, what? What do you mean? You're weird. And I'm like, here's the thing. I'm just really fixated on identity, blah, blah, blah. And I just go. So if you had to say...
5 words, that's so little. I am a creative being. 5.
You are a creative being. Yes, you are.
Okay. I am very passionate about everything in my life, but that's not words. But I am a passionate person. There you go.
For sure. I feel like Jordana is a stylish change maker.
I'll take that.
There's so many that we can do. So clearly you both are manifesting change in your own unique ways, and we all have our strengths that experience, it's all different, unique, that we can bring to the table. And I think we were talking about intersectionality earlier. I do think that a lot of people, particularly from underserved populations, don't have the access or the resources or the tools or even the confidence to move forward, to push initiatives forward. And of course there's a lot of bureaucracy and corporate Michigas Yiddish for bullshit. You know, member of the tribe right here.
That's why I'm gonna involve.
Yeah, totally. So it's what do you think that needs to be done to really reach these people, to pull them into the conversation, number 1, and then number 2, just for anyone that wants to start something, how could they harness tech for social good? So either one of you that wants to start.
I'd say that censorship is bad. That when somebody says something on Twitter, if it's hateful or offensive, that they shouldn't be fired from their job for it. They're just exercising their First Amendment right. And it's important for us to know who the haters are. It's not good to bottle it up inside. And if people are forced to censor themselves, we don't know what's actually going on. So I'd like to see an end to censorship.
Yeah. I like that. It's true.
And I think that more people, a lot of people use social media in a little bit of a little bit of a superficial way.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people should maybe use it to talk about things kind of like what you said, but just uncensor things that are going through in their lives to maybe pull other people out of things that are going through as well, and they don't feel like they're the only ones, instead of just using social media and technology to showcase their beautiful parts of their life, show everything, the good and the ugly, because I think that's how we'll make a difference at the end.
That's awesome.
I like the way you put that.
Thanks.
That's true. And that kind of correlates to what she just mentioned about censorship.
Exactly.
It's don't even impose, there's a level of self-imposed censorship that we exercise on a daily basis, which in many ways is a result of this kind of pressure that we're societal pressure that we feel to fit a certain mold or a certain box. right? So it's like, I have learned to really give less of a fuck every day. It's just like,
important.
it's so important because you start to feel much more free. But you will find that the more that you do that, you'll start to notice that there are haters that start to crop up.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. They don't like it when people are unrestrained, especially if they don't fit into the mold.
Yes. You know what's so crazy? Lately, I've had this quick thing, and I'm going to mention this briefly. Every time I hear something that really correlates to my life, every time, my whole body goes into chills. It's only happened in the last week. It's really bizarre.
I feel like you're a hypersensitive person.
I am
I'm
very
intuiting. You're an empath.
I am.
Yeah.
Yes. But lately, that's been happening. And when you just said that about you getting haters when you showcase who you truly are, is something that I've experienced maybe 3 times throughout this project, which is not a lot. But the times that it has happened, I realized that what you said, when you uncensor yourself and you are who you are, people are going to hate. But I think that's just a part of...
Have you noticed that backlash is often from people in maybe traditional areas of the fashion world, or where is that?
Yeah, traditional areas from the fashion world, or just I think maybe people who are afraid of the unspoken. So when somebody does that, they kind of they lash out instead of trying to understand because they're afraid.
Yeah,
I think that could be something.
A lot of that behavior is based in insecurity, but I think what you mentioned about not censoring people who say what we might believe to be shitty things, which, of course, we have a special friend, y'all probably know who I'm talking about, good old DT, who says a lot of shitty things.
Oh, I'm like...
endless, but at the same time, I mean, of course, and then, there's people following him, or whatever the case may be, you were saying shitty things, but it almost makes me think, and this is probably, might not be the most effective parallel, but it makes me think about the average school shooter. And I might get some backlash for this, but a lot of those people are, I'm not condoning anything that these people have done at all. Let's just make that perfectly clear. However, a lot of these people were suffering. They were not heard. They felt either there was a level of censorship self-imposed, or, of course, there's a lot of stigma around mental illness. So it's like maybe if these people had an opportunity, or society made it safer to get things off their chest in a way that's safe and not going to create an environment for self-repression, which of course can be open a gate for self-harm and then the harm of others, then we wouldn't be in this situation. But instead it's like, tote your gun and shut the fuck up. Tote your gun and shut the fuck up is kind of like America's mantra.
I know, I agree. And if I get backlash for this too, but what you just said makes total sense. I think that everything that people do in life, even if it's the most horrid things such as shootings, etc., there's a reason. And a lot of times they feel like they can't speak, they can't say it, so then they just, at the end, it's like too much for them to handle and they do something crazy. So I agree with you on that.
Yeah, and it's a very rough, contentious topic.
They were picked on a lot. I mean, the majority of school shooters that I researched had manifestos, and it just seemed like they were very alienated from society. Like they didn't really have an identity or a place. And I think that,
how could society, what can be done to reach people like that, or even people who aren't maybe not quite at that level, but feel very isolated and shunned because they're not fitting a mold? Like, what do you think we should do?
I think I think we should maybe create more projects and initiatives where they would have an outlet where they would feel comfortable. And I have something to say, but I think with the time,
go for it.
But I'm working right now with a designer quickly, and she empowers women, and she wants to create Barbie dolls, all shapes, colors, and sizes, for that every little girl feels like they have a place that they fit. So they see the doll and they say, "I'm beautiful because that doll is beautiful and she looks just like me." I was
such a Barbie girl, like growing up. Like I had Barbie Jeeps and
I cut my Barbies out.
It was a great I painted nipples on my Barbies with like nail polish, and I made them like have spa days together, like 3 girl Barbies to 1 Ken, and sometimes Ken would just be shunned, like, nah, this is a girl only. That's obviously, you see, okay. But that's fantastic.
Yeah,
when are those Barbies gonna be available?
So her name is Leanna Aguilar. Just a little shout out. But
Hey.
she empowers women through her clothing, and hopefully soon. I had to talk today with some people, and I think it's gonna be soon.
That's so great. I love it. I love it. We are at the precipice of, I feel, a lot of difference. We're at a very scary, contentious time.
Yes.
But also a very exciting time.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But I think now, like, we have a very small slice of time available. That you're looking at a pie chart, like, it would just be a very small slice left to really move forward with some radical difference making that's going to help either to move us forward and then hopefully move back a lot of the damage that has been done already. So all I have to say is, guys, like, don't be apathetic. Don't, just get lost in your social media in a way that's not productive. We all are entitled to just, like, mindless gazing into, like, threads that are just completely stupid here and there. But at the same time, we have to be more mindful of our time on this earth.
Yep.
So,
I agree.
Does anyone else want to add anything to that before we sign off?
I agree with that sentiment, and I think it's important for people to know that they're not alone, that they're not the only one who thinks like they do.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I just think that in this time of turmoil, with everything that the country is facing and the whole world is facing in a lot of ways, I think that this is the time to really stand up. And even though a lot of people say I can't change the world, you can't. But if you do something small within your community, that something small, if everybody does something small, is going to change the world. So
absolutely.
It's important to do that.
100%. And I'm not going to get into this too much because it's super nerdy, and I will then get like a sign from Marvin that'll say wrap it up. So but I just do want to say, Marvin, I love you. Over there. Trust me, I do. So I just want to mention, it makes me think of the butterfly effect. If anyone is familiar with the butterfly effect and chaos theory, it's like one little small blip in the radar can have the potential to make huge waves.
Yes.
So even if the rest of the people maybe don't get behind you, know that you have the chance to make waves. It's like little wings flapping.
You can always reach one person, even if you can't reach a crowd.
That's right.
Of thousands, there might be one person in that crowd whose life changes forever.
100%.
That's correct. So go out there, flap your wings, be awesome. Follow the Nylon Project on Instagram, and also a Cosmo Life on Instagram. Follow Rachel Haywire on Instagram and her SoundCloud. Her music is so fucking awesome. Go find her, listen to it. You know where to find me. If you have anything that you want to say about your identity, you want to work with me, collaborate with me, I am all ears. Please contact me. Love you. See you next week.